Hey everybody. Hey, good morning. Welcome. I am so excited to be here with you guys. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's already October. Welcome. I'm Dr. Laura Ricci. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and national board certified health and wellness coach specializing in functional nutrition, women's health, insulin resistance, and an essential oil educator and global team leader with doTERRA International. And I'm so excited that you guys are here for our estrogen and women's health class. We are live streaming in all the places. We are on Facebook Live in our group. We are on Zoom and we are on Instagram. If you guys are over on Instagram, you might want to pop over to the Learning with Dr. Laura group so you can see all of the slides. We have pretty slides for you and lots of information to jump on, but I want to thank you guys for being here. Or if you're watching the replay, welcome to the replay. And we have a giveaway for a US viewer watching live today and a special recipe or roller blend to support your hormones. So stay tuned on all the details for that blend and how to win. And this is going to be an interactive workshop. So I want you guys to create that time and space to dive into this. Go grab something to drink, grab a pen and paper, turn off the notifications on your phone. And we are going to jump in and get started. And I'm going to share my slides with you guys and we will jump right in. Oh, there's lots of people over on Facebook. Good morning to everybody. This is so exciting. It's always so fun to connect with you guys and see you. Hi, Callie. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Valerie, all of you guys here. And we're gonna go ahead and get going on these beautiful slides that my sweet hubby spell checked for me. Right? Okay, so this is our estrogen and women's health class. And as always, again, this is a medical disclaimer that the information that I'm going to present to you today, it's not intended to replace a one-on-one relationship with a qualified healthcare professional. And this is not intended to be medical advice. What I'm really doing is just sharing my knowledge and information from the research and training that I've had and my own personal experience. And I really encourage you to make your own healthcare decisions based upon your research and in partnership with a qualified healthcare professional. And with that, let's dive in. Let's get started. So this slide is a little bit about my journey, and some of you guys know it's actually a really special time for me to be talking to you because yesterday was my 7-year cancerversary. So if you guys are seeing the slides here, this is actually, I was diagnosed with an extremely rare sarcoma called a desmoid tumor, and this was back in 2011. So 7 years ago. It was the size of a softball. It had taken over my abdominal wall and that rectus abdominis muscle, that six-pack muscle. And then there at the bottom, you can see where it actually herniated. They took the tumor out, they put synthetic mesh in, and then it herniated a year later. And so I actually ended up having 4 surgeries related to this due to 1, removing the sarcoma, and 2, issues from the synthetic mesh that they put in me. So I had a really big reconstructive surgery. And that picture on the right was after that abdominal wall reconstruction. Very large surgery, was in the hospital for 5 days, had drains coming out of me, as you can see in that picture on the right. And it was quite a process. And then in 2014, I was diagnosed with adult hip dysplasia and had some really major hip surgeries called periacetabular osteotomies. They are bigger than hip replacement. They basically build you a new hip joint with your existing joint. So they break your pelvis into 4 places. They rotate that to get better coverage over the acetabulum. And well, the acetabulum and over the femur, the femoral head there, and then they put in large screws to hold everything in place. So that was some really major surgeries. I have had, 3 surgeries on each hip as part of this journey, and then was diagnosed with Lyme disease in 2015. And you guys can see there the rashes on my body. So especially on my back and on my hands, those are called Bartonella, which is a co-infection of Lyme. And I went on some very high-dose vitamin C treatments, IV treatments, infusions to heal my body. So I share this with you a little bit about my personal journey because I've been there. I've been in the trenches. I've been through major surgeries, cancer, Lyme disease, very serious issues. And the stuff that I'm telling and teaching you really does work. This is how I have come out of that and even be able to teach and share with you guys. So I think it's really important to remember where we come from, and it's a very special month for me. As I said yesterday, it has been 7 years cancer-free, so it's been a journey, and I really strongly feel like my passion is to share what I've learned through my own personal journey to help others with that. So we're going to talk about estrogen. And estrogen activity. So estrogen is important for puberty and sexual development. It's important for ovulation, egg maturation, the uterine lining, cycle regulation, bone health, brain function, and neuroprotection. It's neuroprotective for us. But with everything in the body, there has to be a balance with that, right? It's very important. So estrogen, I think of as the building up hormone. And if we go too far and we get into an estrogen dominance, that's when we can have issues with these things like endometriosis, where that we have some overgrowth there, or polycystic ovarian syndrome, or ovarian cysts, or fibroids, anything when we don't have a balance with that. So it's really important with everything. The body wants homeostasis. The body wants balance with that. And there's a balance between estrogen and progesterone. They have a relationship together. And those two hormones need to be in balance. They're generally inversely proportional, which means when estrogen levels increase, progesterone levels may drop. So if we have progesterone drops, we tend to call that estrogen dominance, where there's more estrogen than progesterone. If we have excessive progesterone, then we have an estrogen insufficiency. And again, the body likes homeostasis and being in that balance. So that is our goal with all of this. And what affects this balance? There's several things that affects the balance between our hormones and our estrogen and progesterone. And it could be lack of exercise and proper nutrition, could be chronic stress, could be medications. It is, as an example, birth control can throw off our hormonal balance, actually shuts down our hormones. It's really interesting. So even when you're having a period and you're on oral contraception, like a birth control, it's not an actual period. It's more of a pill bleed. And then we have insulin resistance. So blood sugar and sex hormones go hand in hand. So we really have to look at all of these factors when talking about hormones. So with nutrition, there are 7 top food sensitivities. And I don't mean allergies. I just mean a sensitivity where it can cause your immune system to overreact and have some issues that can actually cause systemic symptoms in the body. So I like to start with food. I feel like the foundation is food. And I have a really great video on YouTube that you can search by searching my name and Nourishing from Within. And this goes way into depth on the nutrition. If you want the sciencey, geeky part, I did a lecture for the Doctor of Physical Therapy students at the Texas Tech University Health Sciences Center. And you can find that by searching my name in functional nutrition. But gluten, dairy, soy, sugar, corn, eggs, and peanuts are those top sensitivities. So if you are struggling with hormonal balance or painful periods or any health issues in general, I would highly recommend and suggest that you look at and go through and test these foods. And that actually means taking them out for 30 days completely and then adding them back in one at a time to see if you have a sensitivity to that. So I know for me personally, I have big time sensitivities to gluten, dairy, and sugar. Eggs I can do if they're organic. Peanuts I can do if they're organic in small moderations. But these are important things to look at. Very, very important. And especially if you're struggling with PMS, periods. Our period is actually a reflection of how well our overall health is doing. And I was having crazy periods where I would have like a 13-day cycle, anywhere from a 13-day cycle to a 65-day cycle. So I never knew when my period was coming. It was really weird. And just doing the dietary changes, just doing the gluten, dairy, and sugar and taking that out for 3 months. And you really need to do it for 3 months. You're going to see a big difference. And my face cleared up. I had horrible acne. My cycles regulated, and now they're between 28 and 30 days. It's really, really important to look at the nutrition. That makes a big difference in how we're going to feel. So I can't overemphasize this. Nutrition is the foundation. And Megan, stay tuned. We're going to be talking about more of all of that. So those are food sensitivities. And you want to support the balance. So we've got raw seeds and nuts are really great to help with that balance, with that hormonal balance. Avocado, getting enough healthy fats. Healthy fats are essential for our hormones. Very, very important. Leafy green vegetables are really important for proper liver detox and support. So that phase 2 liver detoxification, detoxifying any excess estrogen that needs to come out, really important. And yams may also increase progesterone. So we can work on things with our food. We can work work on things with essential oils to help support and bring balance back. And cortisol is something that we need to talk about too, because it's a big challenge to women's health. And there's many reasons for that: stress, lack of sleep, our age, environmental toxins, nutritional stresses. If we're eating those really highly inflammatory foods or eating foods that we're sensitive to, that can affect things. A lack of exercise and caffeine can all affect your cortisol levels. And what happens is cortisol can actually inhibit the growth of beneficial microflora in the gut. So we're talking about the microbiome, and this can affect your immune system. So it's really, really important that we check our cortisol levels, because if that stress hormone is high, that's going to be affecting our estrogen and progesterone and our sex hormones as well. So something to do, because we live in a world where the world's not going to change, we have to change. So we have to change our response to stress. And because we talked about how cortisol can affect your microbiome and your gut, I would really recommend taking a probiotic for this. So this will really help to promote a positive balance and proliferation in that beneficial bacteria, get more of that good gut bacteria in there. And it also helps maintain a healthy intestinal microflora, which is going to improve the metabolism of estrogen and phytoestrogen. And we're going to talk about that more coming up, but know that a good tip, diet's really important. Another good tip is, are you taking a regular probiotic? And I love doTERRA's PB Assist Plus. That's a really great one. It's double encapsulated, because a lot of probiotics on the market are not double encapsulated, and you have to get that good gut probiotics into the gut. And to do that, you have to bypass the stomach. And the stomach is highly acidic. It's very high in hydrochloric acid. So those good probiotics could be killed off by the stomach if they're not encapsulated to get into the gut, into the intestines where we need them. So just a little tip for you there. I recommend personally taking a probiotic on an empty stomach before bed, so it's not competing with food for absorption. Or if you can't do that, do it with dinner. That's what works best for me. But taking a probiotic is going to be better than not taking a probiotic. So start there. Great thing also to support your immune system as we go into fall and winter time. More tips for support. I love Mito2 Max, and Mito2 Max is a supplement from doTERRA. It's an adaptogenic herb supplement. It really helps to support your adrenals. It's also going to help to support your sex hormones and your estrogen and your progesterone. So what many people don't think about with Mito2 Max, because we usually kind of think about it for energy, but it actually helps to calm. So it can be very calming. It can help your body to have a proper stress response, and can also help to support those normal cortisol levels. So if you're feeling tired all the time, or irritable, or sleeplessness, this can help. Can also help with concentration. And Mito2 Max helps to rebuild fallen energy levels and that adrenal fatigue. So it's got adaptogenic herbs like ashwagandha and cordyceps and things that can really help us. And I love to use this in place of stimulants like caffeine and sugar. So maybe instead of doing the caffeine and the cup of coffee in the morning, you can try your Mito2 Max and use that to naturally support yourself. And it helps with that estrogen and progesterone balance, which is what we're all after. Another talk and tip about caffeine. So we want to lower the amount of caffeine, because when we take in a lot of caffeine, that actually lowers our cortisol, and it reduces or eliminates, by reducing or eliminating caffeine with the coffee or other sources of caffeine, it can really help to improve your skin, your hair, your appearance. So one of my swaps for you is, if you like that ritual, and start slowly. I'm not saying if you drink 5 cups of coffee that you just have to go cold turkey. You're probably not going to like me very much if you do that, but slowly start to taper off. And if you just like that ritual of having something warm to drink in the morning, do warm lemon water. Do warm water, and I do a couple drops of lemon essential oil or citrus essential oil, and that really helps to prime your digestion and support you. It helps to support glutathione, which is your body's natural antioxidant, and limonene is really great to support detox. So supporting your filter organs like your kidneys and your liver, this is a really awesome tip. Okay, vitamins and minerals. This is also very, very important when we're talking about sex hormones. So B vitamins in particular, they help to reduce both perceived stress levels as well as biochemical markers of stress. And B vitamins are water soluble, which means that you can take them. You don't have to worry about those becoming toxic. So like B12 is an example. That's something that you can take. But especially if we are stressed, we need those B vitamins to support us with that. And those are actually in the Lifelong Vitality Pack in your Microplex VMZ. It also has beta carotene, vitamin E, vitamin B6, and magnesium, and those all help to stimulate progesterone production. So nutrition, we talked about the gut microbiome, we talked about stress, and we need to talk about having those essential vitamins and minerals in your diet. So Lifelong Vitality Pack are the supplements that I take and my husband takes, and they're foundation, again, for health and wellness with things. We also want to create rest in the body. That's very important. And there's several essential oils that can help with that. Everything from cedarwood, lavender. We often think of lavender, right? It's the all things calm oil. Balance is one of my favorite oils. Any of the fir oils, Siberian fir, Douglas fir, those are really great to help support the body in rest. Frankincense, one of my favorites, one of my favorite oils. Geranium, we're going to be talking more about geranium. Geranium comes a lot with hormonal health. Elevation is one of my favorites for adrenal support too. And if you're feeling tired, you can actually apply it right over the kidneys, and the adrenal glands sit like little hats on top of the kidneys. So you can apply those right there. Serenity, great to help with restful sleep. Love Serenity. Any of the citrus oils. The citrus oils are very uplifting. They support mood. You can diffuse them. You can put them in water like we were talking about. And that's the big difference with doTERRA essential oils is they are safe for internal use. So please know I'm just talking about doTERRA with this. I'm not talking about the stuff that you purchase from the health store or the health food store. A lot of the stuff, 98% of the stuff that you buy at the health food store is adulterated, has synthetic fragrances in it, is solvents in it. It's not safe for internal use. And unfortunately, there's no governing FDA agency that's regulating that. So they can say whatever they want. It's kind of scary. They can put 100% organic or 100% pure therapeutic oil, and there can be some really nasty stuff in there. So do your research. You want to know, where does it come from? doTERRA's oils are sourced from their native regions. So lavender comes from France or Bulgaria. Lemon comes from Italy. Frankincense comes from Oman. This is really important and affects the chemical constituents in your oil, because your oil is only as good as its chemistry, right? So it's a big red flag. If you can't take it internally, if you don't see the scientific name on your bottle of oil, that's not good. If it says it's only for aromatic use, that's a frou-frou synthetic fragrance. That's not a therapeutic grade oil. Or if every single oil smells exactly the same, that was made in a lab, that's a fake oil, and it's not a therapeutic oil. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about a therapeutic, pharmaceutically active oil, a medicinal oil to help you. So there's a big, big difference there. Ylang ylang, it's another really awesome one to support you and your hormones. And then any of the mood oils. We have several. We have Forgive, we have Peace, we have Calm, Console, we have lots of oils, Passion. These are all great things that you can use and put on. And if you can do one thing for your hormones, ladies, ditch the perfume, ditch the synthetic fragrances. This is going to help you so much. These are those environmental toxins. So use essential oils instead. Whisper is a great blend to use as perfume. Elevation, any of those. This is really important. Okay, hormone tip. When your hormone symptoms strike, whatever those may be, you can grab ylang ylang or Clarycalm. Clarycalm is one of my favorites. I don't leave home without it. And you can diffuse ylang ylang, or you can roll a little Clarycalm on the palm of your hand and do a palm inhale, where you just cup over nose and mouth and do a deep inhale. And that is a big, big difference, makes a big difference with all of those things. So just inhaling an oil, it goes into the olfactory system, into the olfactory bulb. It affects our central nervous system, helping to calm us down. So it's nice to have tools that are quick that you can apply and use to help you. And we're going to dive a little bit more into Clarycalm, because this blend is brilliant. This blend is so amazing. And if you haven't tried Clarycalm to support you and your hormonal health, you've got to give it a try. It is really, really awesome. So this is a blend. There's several oils in there, and it was really beautifully designed. So we've got Clary Sage, And this helps to ease muscle tension. It's very mood lifting. It's very hormonally balancing to the body. Lavender, very calm, because we just talked about how stress can really affect our cortisol levels, which can affect our progesterone and estrogen. So it calms and it supports those normal hormone levels. Bergamot, I love bergamot. So this is an emotionally uplifting oil. It helps to ease muscle tension too. So maybe you're having cramping around that time of the month, menstrual cramps, the bergamot can help with that, as well as Roman chamomile for those aches and discomforts. So Roman chamomile is in there. Its esters are relaxing and it helps to ease that muscle tension. Cedarwood, that really helps to support normal hormone levels and is very balancing too, very relaxing. It's one of those restful oils. Ylang ylang, it helps with stress and it's phytoestrogenic. So again, bringing in those balance. Yes, neroli is great too. It's not in Clarycalm, but that's another great oil that you can use to support chat. Clarycalm also has geranium, and that helps to balance your endocrine system. It's very calming. It's phytoestrogenic too. So we're going to talk about geranium a lot there. Fennel, which is really great, supports estrogen production and lactation. So some of our new mamas will use fennel and apply that topically or take it internally to help with breast milk production, which is really neat. Carrot seed, it helps with healthy endocrine activity. And then the palmarosa, it's soothing to the body. It helps with those healthy thyroid levels, and thyroid goes right hand in hand with estrogen and progesterone balance. And then Vitex, which is chasteberry, and this is considered bioidentical to those phytoestrogens, and it's antispasmodic. So all of these things are really, really beautiful to use. And yes, this is recorded. You can catch it later. I know there's lots of good information here, so if you need to come back, you can. It'll be up for 24 hours on Instagram. It's up on Facebook until the end of the month. So yes, lots of good ones. And don't forget to use your floral oils, just like people have been suggesting here on Instagram. Neroli, jasmine, our new magnolia oil, all of those can be really beautiful to apply topically. But a lot of people will come to Clarycalm reactively, right? They're needing support during their period with menstrual cramps or whatever that may be. I want you guys to think about using your oils proactively, not just reactively. So yes, you can apply Clarycalm when needed, but I want you guys to start applying to the pulse points, so wrist, behind the ears, around the ankles, specifically around the inside of the ankle bone. That medial malleoli is a really great place to apply your oils. That's a meridian point for the uterus, lower abdomen, on the chest, on your back. You could go down the spine when hormonal related symptoms strike, but you could use it every day. And one of my sweet oilers, that's all she did. She was kind of struggling with some issues with her period and her cycles. And all she did, she didn't change her diet. She didn't change anything else. She just started using Clarycalm daily. And she noticed a huge difference. And it's so simple. People think I'm kind of crazy when I say this. It's like, just use Clarycalm. But one blend, one small step, used with diligence, right? Daily, consistent action can change everything. And this blend is powerful. It was designed specifically to help us with this. So again, you can use it during your menstrual cramps or cycle. You can use it daily to support your hormones, which would be my recommendation to you. Use it daily. And also, maybe you're having head tension. Maybe you get head tension around your cycles. Apply it over your head. Apply it over your forehead and temples and back of the neck. That can be a really great one to use. So this is the Superwoman, Wonder Woman oil to support us. You guys want to use this and have this on hand. It's really, really fantastic. Okay, moodiness. You can use Clarycalm for moodiness. That's a good one, right? Some of the doTERRA husbands know. They're like, honey, where's your Clarycalm? Like, you need that, right? But there are other oils that can help too. If you're having anxious feelings, if you're feeling down, just in that low, dark mode, if you're having head tension, all can result from elevated cortisol, elevated stress hormone, and that affects your serotonin levels and your dopamine production, which affects your mood. So I love the citrus oils, and this is bio-individualized, guys. You're gonna have to find what feels and works best for you, but any of the citrus oils, lemon, wild orange, bergamot, elevation, cheer, those are blends that have a lot of citrus oils. Those can really help support you. So diffuse that regularly and have that on hand and have that to support you. You can also use it topically, or you can take the citrus oils internally with that. Are oils for hormonal health okay with people on birth control? Would birth control still be effective? Gretchen, this is a good question. As far as I know, and I haven't seen the scientific research on that, so disclaimer, always talk to your doctor and the person that is supporting you, right, with those things. But when you're on birth control, you're not producing hormones. Like, it's all stopped. So there's a couple reasons for this, and I'll get on my soapbox a little bit about this, but there's a really good book that we'll talk about in our resources that goes into more detail about birth control and oral contraception. So the problem with birth control is, one, it just completely stops your hormone production. So I would think in my mind that using essential oils would be very helpful for supporting you, because you've just stopped your hormone production when you're on the birth control pill. So I wouldn't see essential oils being bad in any way, because essential oils just bring things into balance. And I think it would be a really good supportive thing to do. My personal opinion, I'm not a fan of the birth control pill. I'm just not. I have seen some research that when you're on birth control, it makes you more likely to develop pelvic pain issues. And I am a person that has pelvic pain. That's actually what got me into becoming a pelvic floor PT. So I see that a lot. It can actually shrink your clitoris. No to the no. That's going to affect your orgasms and your health in a lot of ways. It decreases your sex hormone binding globulin. It causes a lot of issues. And the problem that I have is that that's really the only thing that many doctors and OB-GYNs know to do. We're going to put you on the pill to regulate your hormonal cycles, but it's really not regulating you at all. It's just suppressing, it's stopping your hormones. So what's interesting is if we had male birth control, and there's been some talk about this. There's a book that I'm reading right now on this exact subject. And if we had male birth control for guys and we're like, oh, it's going to stop all your hormone production and it's going to shrink your penis, they probably wouldn't use that. And they actually weren't. There was no market for that, because what guy is going to do that? But yet for females, we do that a lot. So my recommendation is actually to work with your doctor, do more research on your own. There's a lot of great research out of there. I didn't know any better. I was one of those that was put on the pill to regulate my cycle. But you're not even actually having a cycle. You're not ovulating, and you're not even having a real period. It's what Laura Brydon, I think that's her name in the book, a book that's coming up that I'll show you. She talks about it's a pill bleed. She even tells her clients you can't even call it a period, because we're not actually going through a cycle. So there's a lot to think in that. And again, I recommend that you guys do your own personal research, work with your doctor on that. I feel that essential oils are very safe to use. I don't believe that it would make it less effective, because the period shuts down all your, or the birth control pill shuts down all of your hormone production, so you're not ovulating. So it's interesting stuff, guys. But that's my soapbox on the birth control pill. I really recommend that people either do like a fertility awareness method, because that empowers you to check your temperatures and be diligent about that stuff. It's you stepping into your own fertility, or doing an IUD, where something like a Mirena or a copper IUD, now there's risks that come with all of that, right? But you're getting the hormones are localized to the uterus versus systemic going throughout all of your body. So I'm not a fan of like the rings and the things that you put in your forearm or the oral contraceptives that you take internally, because you're now getting a systemic effect. And what's really interesting, I was reading this amazing book. I'm going to share it with you. I think it's called Repair Your Period. And she was talking about how women, there was one person in particular that was really struggling with very dark, low moods. And when she stopped the birth control, they recommended that she stop birth control, her mood improved like that. And low libido increased, like her libido came back, all of this stuff. So I would really encourage you, do your own research, be the CEO. I'm sharing what works for me, just like my t-shirt. Forgot to show you guys my t-shirt here. My t-shirt says, "Empowered women empower women." Yes. And that's what I'm talking about, that we can take back the control of our fertility and our cycles and our hormones. And I'm a big believer in that. So that's my spiel on birth control pill. Not a fan. Not a fan. And there's a lot of other methods that you can use and do diligently that can prevent any unwanted pregnancies. So that's my 2 cents on that. Wow, I wasn't planning to go into that, but that's a good question. And it's important. It's important. I talk to my private health coaching clients about this a lot because I wish I was taught more about it and educated about what exactly that does to our body. And I feel like so many times they're just kind of putting people on that because they don't know what else to do. However, as we're talking about diet, nutrition, supplements, lifestyles, all of those things affect the bigger picture. Okay, let's talk about estrogen. There's different types of estrogen. So there's endogenous estrogen, and the body produces only what it needs there. There's xenoestrogens. These are the bad estrogens. And so this is the synthetic industrial compounds, and it has an estrogenic effect on the body. So these are the phacoestrogens there. Not all xenoestrogens are bad though, because there are some plant-derived phytoestrogens, and there's a difference, a big, big difference between a xenoestrogen and a phytoestrogen, or a natural estrogen, those plant derives, but they are competitive, which is kind of interesting. So this is a picture that I actually took from Dr. Hill. I was listening to one of his lectures about hormonal health. It was very fascinating. And you can see here the chemical xenoestrogens and then the natural estrogens and how those two are competitive. So there's some competitive inhibition there. And the xenoestrogens can actually block the receptor sites and prevent those natural estrogens from functioning in the cell. And the outcomes of each are different with that. So something to be aware of, those xenoestrogens are chemicals that we're exposed to on a daily basis, right? They're the hormones in our food. They're the genetically modified foods. They're in our cleaning products. They're in plastics and phthalates. And this is where I feel like essential oils serve us so well, right? Because we can get rid of the chemicals and the cleaning products and get natural upgraded laundry detergent and get rid of the perfumes and the candles and the room sprays and the plugins and all of that stuff that are interfering with our natural estrogens. This is really important. These are those environmental toxins, and there's a lot that we can do to support ourselves with that. So phytoestrogens are competitive, and they actually block the effect of those xenoestrogens. So they counteract those unwanted synthetic xenoestrogens that you can have there, which is really cool. So here's another chart. This is from Dr. Hill, and it's managing estrogen and metabolite load. So there's two types there. There's the 2-hydroxyestrone, and these are the inactive. They're inactive as estrogens, and they're metabolized without any unwanted side effects. And then we have the 6-alpha-hydroxyestrone, and these are strongly estrogenic. The 6-alphas are the ones that we do not want because they can proliferate cancer. They can damage our DNA. So just remember the 16-alpha, bad. The 2-hydroxyestrone, good. So interestingly enough, aerobic exercise lowers those 16-alpha hydroxyzone metabolites, and they increase the good ones, the 2-hydroxyestrone metabolites. So we want more 2s, we want less 16s, right? And we want to look at that when we're looking at sex hormones and estrogen production. So there are some supplements that can help us with this. The doTERRA has a phytoestrogen complex, and it's a phytoestrogen. It has ginseng in it, which is really helpful. It has pomegranate extract, which really helps. It's got this ellagic acid in it. It has flaxseed. Flaxseed is really awesome to really help with the ligand content in things. Very, very important to have. So it's an adaptogenic, nutrient-dense, competitive inhibition for those unwanted estrogenic effects in the body. So basically, a phytoestrogen is a plant-based product that will keep those nasty xenoestrogens and fake estrogens that we don't want from binding in on those receptor sites of the cells and keep you from having those problems, those estrogenic effects in the body there. So it brings balance out, which is really important. So these are a plant-based to support you with that. And then also what works hand in hand with the phytoestrogen complex is alpha CRS plus, because we need those cellular components in the alpha CRS plus to help metabolize efficiently and effectively. And honestly, I feel like the alpha CRS plus is the secret sauce of Lifelong Vitality Pack, because it's a lot of those amazing spices and herbs that help to reduce oxidative stress, that help to promote a healthy inflammatory response. It's got turmeric in there, which has our turmerones, which is infused with the essential oil. Woo, we got turmeric essential oil. Are you guys excited about that? And so that helps in alpha CRS plus and in deep blue polyphenol complex, those turmerones in the turmeric in there has 7 times the absorption of if you were to take a supplement somewhere else, which is really, really cool. So we want to use things synergistically to help us. That's a really big deal. And I don't know if you guys follow the medical medium. I have his book right here. It's very fascinating. You might want to check it out, Anthony Williams, but a lot of the supplements that he talks about in this book are actually in the alpha CRS plus. So just a thought for you there, but this is stuff that can really help to support you. So if you haven't tried the phytoestrogen complex yet, try it. You know, I'm a big believer of the proof is in the pudding. If you're taking something for 2 weeks and you don't notice a difference in it, and sometimes I would say 2 to 3 weeks on that, you're going to tell. So that's something that you could take. And I've had a lot of clients and oilers notice a big, big difference with adding in the phytoestrogen complex to their ritual. It's really cool. You guys are saying you love the book. Yeah, the medical medium book is really interesting. So here's some research. So this is an ingredient in the phytoestrogen complex, the ginseng there, and it was shown to decrease fat pad weight in female mice. This is from the Journal of Nutrition in 2006. And there was another study that actually showed that it exhibited antioxidant and anti-anogenic and immunosuppressive activities. Oh, anti-angiogenic. There you go. So we're being compliant, so I will let you Google that and see what that means, but it's very, very fascinating, all of the awesome health things that ginseng can do that is showing there, and it's in that phytoestrogen complex. Now, another important thing for women's health is bone health, because loss of bone mass can happen when you have an imbalance with your hormones, especially estrogen. So what can we do for this? We can exercise. That's very important. Resistance training, very, very important for stimulating hormones for bone formulation. So I work out with a trainer twice a week. Jason, he pushes me hard, and we do a lot of weightlifting and that resistance training, which is really, really important to have on hand. And then you could use it daily for critical items for bone mass and healthy mass and bones there, because there's a lot of things that affect our healthy bone mass, and that's calcium, which is in the bone nutrient, vitamin D2 and D3, which is in the bone nutrient, magnesium, and vitamin K. You need the vitamin K for absorption of vitamin D3. So those are all in the bone nutrient complex. So that could be something too, because unless you're eating a whole lot of leafy greens and calcium and bringing those things in, and I actually recommend no dairy because dairy is very inflammatory, this could be a great thing to add into, to have on hand with supporting you and having that there. Okay, so Annette says, what do you think about supplementing with DIM? What do you suggest for one with real therapeutic benefits? Have you come across evidence-based research on the effects of DIM? You know, Annette, I think Jessica Drummond talked about this and I think it depends. I don't like to just recommend supplements to somebody unless we actually get their hormones checked and we see what's going on with that. I've heard of DIM in the research more for like helping with that, getting the estrogen out of the body, right? And supporting you. So issues like PCOS or something like that. But to be honest, I really encourage people to get your hormone levels tested, work with your doctor. That way you're knowing what situation and things are going on, and then having a conversation about like a supplement like DIM. So that would be my thought there. The XEO Megas, so these are really important. These are our polyunsaturated fatty acids. These are our fish oils, our omega-3 fish oils. They really help with bone growth and repair. They also help with your hormones. They also help with a healthy inflammatory response in your body. So taking a really high quality fish oil is key. We have the XEO Megas, but we also have the vegan. So there's a vegan option, a plant-based option if you don't do fish. And then we have the XEO Megas too, but those can really help. I've even seen some research about fish oil really helping with menstrual cramps and aches and discomfort. So taking that, now the research that I saw is that you have to take it regularly, right? It's not that you just take it when you're on your period, but taking it every day. So this, guys, is the beauty of the Lifelong Vitality Pack, is it has all these things set up for you to help you with your hormonal balance and support. So check in, are you taking Lifelong Vitality daily with discipline to help you? That's when you're going to see those shifts and those changes. And here's something that you can screenshot. This is a really cool 90-day plan, a support plan to help you. And this is from this great book, Essential Oils A Beginner's Guide. It's Essential Oils Healthcare for Today. And you can get this on Amazon. I love this book, but she talks about a 90-day plan in here. So month 1 is starting Lifelong Vitality Pack, the Bone Nutrient, the Phytoestrogen Complex, and Clarycalm, and using those daily. Oh, so you say you're not good at taking it regularly. Yeah, you know, I keep them out on my countertop, so I see them every day. So it's a reminder. And I tell people, like, hook it, anchor new habits into things that you're already doing. So, you know, if you go into when you brush your teeth, maybe put your supplements by your toothbrush so that you see them and take them. But whatever that looks like for you, it's really good to just anchor them in and latch them onto a habit that you're already doing. Month 2, taking the Lifelong Vitality Pack, the Bone Nutrient, and then snagging your ylang-ylang and using that, diffusing or applying it, doing a palm inhale, things like that is really helpful. And then month 3, Lifelong Vitality Pack, Bone Nutrient, the Phytoestrogen Complex, and Clarycalm, so that you're using those things regularly. And try it, guys. The proof is in the pudding. You are the best barometer and indicator of how things are going in your body because you know your body better than anybody else. So if you try that diligently, with diligence, with discipline, right, for 2 to 3 weeks, see how you feel. Notice how you feel. A lot of my oilers notice a huge difference on Lifelong Vitality Pack after 3 weeks. That's taking it regularly, but the number one thing they notice immediately is mood. Their mood improves. They feel better with that. They notice that they have more energy. It's awesome. Plus, Lifelong Vitality Pack has a 30-day money-back guarantee. So try them. But I did a class about this. It's on YouTube if you search supplements, the good, the bad, the ugly, and we kind of go into all the differences. And guys, you get what you pay for with supplements. And if you're buying supplements from Walmart or the drugstore or wherever, a lot of those, like our essential oils, they are adulterated. They have synthetics in them. If you see folic acid or if you see cyanocobalamin listed on there, that is a problem. So do your research when looking at your supplements, just like with your essential oils. And then these are the pillars for health. We want to eat real whole food. We want to stay hydrated with clean filtered water. You want to find some type of movement that you love and do it daily. I'm a big believer in this. I don't think that exercise should be a way that we punish our bodies. Exercise should be fun and getting into the mood and uplifting us. Taking time for rest and self-care. This is so important. This is my soapbox. Self-care is so, so important. We need that. There are cycles of activity and there are cycles of rest. And especially as women, we tend to push ourselves to the point that we get burned out, especially healthcare providers. That happened to me as a physical therapist in the clinic. I think it's no surprise that I got cancer. I was burned out. I couldn't say no. I didn't have healthy boundaries. So all of this is so important. Spending time in nature, getting outside, getting some sunshine, make sure you're getting enough sleep. That affects your sex hormones. That affects your insulin levels as well. And then find something to laugh at. I truly believe that laughter is the best medicine. Breath is so important. Taking a deep breath in, just breathing. If you're feeling stressed out, come back to the breath. Breath is essential for life. And then stay in the present moment as much as possible. So I'm going to share with you guys a couple really cool blends that we're going to talk about here and do. Oh, so Dina's saying Citrus Bliss is her favorite. We got some people over on Zoom too. It's so fun. It's a virtual party everywhere. So these are blends. These are some recipes, and I'm going to use compliant language. So follow me on this journey, if you will. But these are from Stephanie Fritz, and it was some information that she learned from Dr. Hill. So if you guys are following me on Instagram, you kind of know what I'm talking about here. But for healthy ovary support, okay, healthy ovarian support, so that we're not having issues with anything that shouldn't be there, right? Healthy ovaries. You can actually do 5 drops of frankincense, 5 drops of myrrh, put that into a veggie cap, and take that daily by mouth. And now that we have the copaiba, I would even add in a couple drops of copaiba or taking a copaiba soft gel morning and night. Those are really, really awesome. Another really nice one, geranium. We talked about this a little bit, but geranium is a powerhouse for supporting you. So again, for supporting healthy ovarian function, geranium applied over the abdomen daily, or your Clarycalm. All of those are going to be really, really good ones. Okay, for healthy uterus, right? So we don't have anything weird happening with uterus, healthy uterus. we are going to do 2 to 3 drops of frankincense under the tongue morning and night. And I would add copaiba to that again. So a couple drops of copaiba or the copaiba soft gels there, and also balance on the feet morning and night. There's a reason why it's part of Dr. Hill's daily protocol, right? And then again, geranium, you can do it over the abdomen. You can also do it over the liver. The liver sits on the right side of the body, right here, kind of under the rib cage. So right in this area, topically over the liver, and then the adrenal glands and the kidneys. So that back flank area right here. So right in that area, and apply that topically every day, twice a day. So geranium, big heavy hitter, or Clarycalm to use that. So those are some nice protocols that you can add into. It's actually why I have a dropper top on my frankincense. I got this from Share Oils. So it makes it really easy to take it internally. You can just do a drop or two, 2 to 3 drops under the tongue. And I do the same thing with copaiba. That's also an awesome way to support yourself with anxious feelings. So some good little recipes there for you in a very compliant way to use your essential oils. Those are nice to have on hand. Okay, we're going to talk about a few more things here. So this is the recommended reading, Period Repair Manual. That was the book I was trying to think of. So we're just skimming the surface, right, with essential oils and hormones and supporting us. You're going to see the best results with using these with discipline. But I love, love, love this book. I love Dr. Christian Northrup. She's my spirit animal. But she has a book called Women's Bodies, Women's Wisdom. And I feel like this is your manual for women's health. This is like the guru, the manual right here. So as you can see, very thick. I use it as a reference that you can have to support you. But check out this book. You can get it on Kindle because it's a lot. It's a lot to put on your bookshelf, but it's fabulous. And I cannot tell you how many times I've referenced it. She's got some really great thoughts here to have on hand. A great, great book, Women's Bodies, Women's Wisdom. The Period Repair Manual by Laura Bryden is awesome. And if you want to read about her thoughts on the birth control pill, it's fascinating. So please read that book. It will change the way that you look at hormonal birth control. There's lots of other methods out there, ladies. There's lots of ways that we can support ourselves without completely shutting down our hormones. And it's a big deal. So look into these 2 books. They are awesome, awesome resources to have. Callie's asking, is there a maximum amount of oil per day? The recommended ratios, the recommended drops per day by doTERRA is actually 24 drops for an adult. 24 drops of an essential oil within 24 hours. And even if I'm under the weather or I'm really going after something, I don't even get close to that. Especially when you think about you're just doing like 2 to 3 drops under the tongue day and night, or putting a couple drops of citrus oil in your water. It's very hard to go past that, but that's the recommendation there. And then here's some resources for you guys, right? So this is my website. This is my email. My website's lauraricci.vpweb.com. My email is womenshealthcoach@gmail.com. I'm on Facebook over at facebook.com/Dr. Laura Ricci, or you can just search Dr. Laura Ricci. Our Facebook education group, if you're over on Instagram or Zoom, it's Learning with Dr. Laura. You search that on Facebook, request to join, we'll add you right in. That's where you can see the replay of this class for the entire month of October. And then it'll come down and we'll prepare for our new class. But it's a free resource that we have there for you. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Periscope, I'm on Pinterest, I'm on all the things at Dr. Laura Ricci, and I'm also on YouTube at Dr. Laura. You can search my name there and subscribe to see videos and things that come out. And then I have some exciting news for you guys. And this is open for anyone, whether you are new to the essential oils of doTERRA, whether you're new to doTERRA or not, you have this option. So doTERRA has blessed us with this amazing thing. So if you're watching some of this and you're new to doTERRA and you kind of want to take charge of your health and start doing things naturally to support your hormones and your overall health and wellness, if you get started with the oils this month, with a qualifying order, or if you already have an account with doTERRA and you do that, you actually get a beautiful car diffuser, which I'm going to show you in action, the Iris, which I love, and 3 citrus oils. And these are awesome. We have red mandarin, and these are citrus oils that we can't purchase all year round. You actually can't purchase it. You can only get it as part of this special. Red mandarin, kumquat, and clementine. And as we talked about, for moodiness, citrus oils, yes, for helping to support detoxification in your body, citrus oils for helping with glowing skin, for helping with digestive support, all of the citrus oils. There was also a really interesting study about kumquat from Texas A&M University, and it was fascinating to me. It's really high in myrcene, and they were finding that that really helps to support your immune system, and it helps to prevent any unhealthy growth of cells. You guys know what that means, right? So lots of really important stuff with the citrus oils there. And then I got to show you this beautiful card diffuser in action here, right? Because it's just so pretty. So this is the iris. Oh, isn't she gorgeous? And she changes colors, and she puts out this really nice mist. Why would you want this? Because we just talked about environmental toxins. And you know what's really nasty in your car? Those air fresheners and those things. That's another thing. Let's talk about that. If there is a synthetic fragrance that sticks around and lingers for months and months and months, it's a synthetic fragrance, and it's something that is harmful to our hormones and to our endocrine system and to our thyroid. So I love this, right? So pretty. It changes colors. It's going to keep your car smelling fresh. But more than that, it's going to support your mood. It's going to uplift your mood. It's going to help with focus. It's going to help with energy, especially if you're on long car trips. Or I use it a lot in my office because it has a USB port, so I can plug it into my laptop. I take it with me traveling. They sold these at convention a year ago, so I've had mine for a year. And she is a power horse, and she is working. Let me be real with you. I bought a lot of car diffusers on Amazon. They break after a month or two. It was sad. This is still kicking. doTERRA's diffusers are very, very high quality and work really, really well. And so I'm excited to have more, right? Yes, compliant language gangsters, because I found out at convention that the ladies that work in compliance are fans and watch my videos. Hi, Heather. Hi, ladies, if you're watching. So there you go. Got to be compliant for you guys with all of the things. Yes, helps with road rage, right? Yes, like all of the things. So you're going to love this car diffuser, and it is amazing. And you guys hung in till the end. So here is a very special roller recipe blend for you. This is from Dr. Mariza, and I'm going to talk to you guys about her a little bit more coming up. But she shared with us a very special fertility and hormone support roller blend at convention. So here it is for you. It's 12 drops of clary sage, 10 drops of geranium, 8 drops of fennel, 5 drops of lavender, and 5 drops of either neroli or bergamot. And you top that with fractionated coconut oil in a 10 ml roller, and you apply to the bottoms of the feet and the abdomen. So this is going to be our giveaway. Somebody is going to win. I'm going to whip this up for you, a very special fertility and hormone support blend. And there, if you're on Facebook, you can see the slides. You can screenshot that. Love Dr. Mariza, and we're going to talk about it too. Yes, Summer Bella, I definitely would take kumquat internally. And with my health history, I definitely take kumquat internally. I actually take all of the citruses internally. And again, that's the big, big difference with doTERRA essential oils, is they are safe for internal use there, which is awesome. So much to share with you guys, right? And I wanted to tell you guys, there is an essential oil hormone summit that is coming. And 2 of my spirit animal ladies that I love, Dr. Mariza and Dr. Melissa, are both going to be in on this, as well as Ange Peters. There's going to be lots of big names in the essential oil world that you can see. And they have early bird pricing right now. It's free. You can watch it for free. But I actually purchased the VIP package to be able to watch all of the playbacks and learn. I'm always learning, guys, right? I'm sharing with you what I've learned from Dr. Hill and Stephanie Fritz and my own research, but I always want to learn more and share, and that's, the learning never stops. So this is a really cool VIP package that you can actually get Dr. Mariza's book early. So she has a book, The Essential Oil Hormone Solution. Oh, I'm totally fangirling. I can't wait for it to come out. It comes out February 2nd, and I was going to pre-order it, but instead I bought the VIP package for the Essential Oil Hormone Summit so that I can get it, the hardback copy mailed to me, and I also will get all of the recordings of the speakers. I can't wait to hear Dr. Melissa talk about thyroid because that is her jam, and all of the proceeds go to Days for Girls, which is one of the organizations that doTERRA has partnered with. doTERRA does a lot of humanitarian work and partnering with these organizations, and Days for Girls is amazing, and they educate young girls about their fertility, about their cycles, give them tools for when they're on their period to support them, because before it breaks my heart, these girls were ostracized. They weren't allowed to go to school, and they were sent to like caves and kept out of the community when they were on their period. And it breaks my heart to think that that would ever happen. And so Days for Girls provides them with reusable, like sanitary napkins, pads, education, all of this stuff. It's really incredible what they're doing so these girls can go to school, so that these girls in these third world impoverished nations can be empowered. So 100% of that goes to Days for Girls. I will post a link to the Essential Oil Hormone Summit up on my Facebook page, so that way you guys can check it out and go and grab that. I'm so excited. It was perfect timing, right, when we did this class, and then to hear that the Hormone Summit is coming. So you guys are going to love it. It's really, really exciting. Again, we've got the special goodies with the car diffuser and the 3 citrus oils. Whether or not you're new to doTERRA or not, everybody can snag these, but it's a great time to get started with oils. If now's the time to take back your health and wellness, let me know. I would love to support you. Essential oils are my love language. We've got a private Facebook team just for our oil squad. And we do regular continued education and support. We schedule you for a wellness consult when you get your oils, so that we go over your specific health and wellness goals, how the oils can support you, how to safely dilute your oils, make roller bottles, follow-up calls, and we do classes. We have a whole access to our virtual library of classes. So if you don't have an oils person, I would love to be that person for you. It's a really big deal when choosing a person to get started with in doTERRA. You're kind of married to them, and it can be challenging to switch once you start with someone. And guys, it breaks my heart, but I get messages every single day from people that are not getting support. And that makes me sad. There's a lot of people out there selling a product. There's not as many people out there providing that education, that support. So I would love to do that for you. Reach out to me. Now is a great time, and we'll get you going. If you're in the Amarillo and Canyon, Texas area, I am actually speaking at a childhood obesity symposium on Tuesday, October 16th. It's going to be at the Texas Tech University Health Sciences Center School of Pharmacy. My talk's at 9:30 a.m. Come and say hi. We're going to have a booth up. We're going to be talking about essential oils and nutrition and lifestyle, and it's going to be awesome. It's free for everybody, so you want to go over there and check it out. And they're supposed to be recording it, so when there is a link that I can share, I will let you guys know. So if you guys want to watch that, you don't live locally, it will be coming. We have our Two Girls on Oil podcast. The podcast is going to be Monday night, October 15th. So just in a couple days at 7 p.m. Central Time over on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Two Girls on Oil. So you want to go over there. You want to click going on the event so you get a reminder before we kick off. We have a special guest for you, my dear sweet friend, Susan Dias. She's a friend of mine. She's a mentor. She's a registered nurse. She's the one that brought essential oils into my life. And we are going to be talking about manifestation and how to manifest your dreams. So it's going to be really, really fun. For the giveaway, for the roller, right? The fertility and hormone support roller. This is over for y'all on Facebook. So hop over there. Post your favorite learning comment, something that you learned from this class, something that you found helpful, and you will be entered. This is for one lucky US viewer watching, and we will choose a winner in 1 week to allow those people catching the replay time to watch the replay and enter into the giveaway. And this replay is going to be up until October 31st. So you can watch it on Instagram. It's only up for 24 hours. It's over on my Facebook page, Learning with Dr. Laura, until October 31st at 5 p.m. So make sure that you take notes, and that you watch it before it comes down. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being with me on this health and wellness journey. If you start to implement some of these tips that you've learned from this class, please tag me on social media. I would love to see what you are doing, how these classes are helping to support you. And I will see you guys next month for another health and wellness class. Thank you for joining. And I'm sending you guys each a lot of love and light. Take care, guys. Bye.